We wanna welcome you to SAZETU. The show's alive because of SAZETU.
SAZETU is brought to you by Maine Spirits. Learn more about the delicious spirits they import into the great state of Maine and the cocktails you can make with them at mainspirits.com or by downloading their app for your smartphone or visiting them on Instagram at Maine_spirits. Promotional consideration by State Theatre Portland. Visit statetheatreportland.com for an up-to-date schedule of virtual events and upcoming announcements as we get closer to normalcy. And Sun Tiki Studios, a top-notch rehearsal and performance facility located on Forest Avenue in Portland, Maine. Learn more at suntikistudios.com.
So last week we did an episode called The Pitch, and the idea was Zach and or I would come up with a movie title to a not existing movie. And if there were any existing movies with these same titles, we didn't know about it and it has nothing to do with it. So I feel like we had a really spirited round. What we would do is I would give Zach a title and then he would like kind of launch the premise, and then we both kind of get in there and workshop it and figure out at the end whether it's greenlit, and then vice versa. So the person who comes up with the title doesn't lead, because when you come up with a title, you have ideas that go through your brain, right? I'm sure that was true for you for most of them, right?
Definitely.
I think you had.
It's always fun to, as you said, you come up with an idea in your brain when you come up with the title, but to pitch it to somebody else and let them come up with the initial premise that we're workshopping, it's more fun because you don't know where they're going to go with it.
A couple times we were in the same zone.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is a bunch of these little quickies, not full episodes, but we're going to call them quick pitches. Actually, I should probably make a jingle. Cue the jingle. Quick pitch! There it is.
There it is. What a great jingle.
I can't wait to write it. Or you do it. If you got something in your brain, send it over. So yeah, do you want? I have a title for you, and you have a title for me, and we're gonna try to keep it around 5 minutes per pitch, although it always tends to go long.
That's right.
But
man, I have a handful of titles here that I'm really excited to see what you come up with. I guess you'll get them all eventually, so I shouldn't be too precious with them right now. So the first one I'm going to throw at you. I assume you're asking me to give you one first.
Sure, if you want, or I can give you one.
All right. Yeah, I'll give you this one first.
Okay.
The title is The Smell Test.
The Smell Test. Oh, God. No. No.
No.
This movie does not get greenlit.
Just based on the title.
It's awful. It's either like sniffing one's fingers or smelling a diaper or smelling food that's questionable. It's just like none of these are like, you can't even like rom-com it. It's like what, like it's somebody's job. Like, or okay. Here's the one premise I think that wouldn't make people throw up, which would be it's about a perfume expert. You know, there's those people who can like, you know, smell a fragrance and pick apart all of the things, but like
there's also
still not getting
connoisseurs and like
yeah, but it's not getting a green light because the smell test is just going to immediately make everyone think of like checking their like fart fingers or something. Like, did I shart?
I mean,
so no, that's my pitch.
That's my pitch. No,
no.
I mean, it could be like a mystery or something like that. That comes. You're right that the title is just going to lead people's brains thinking that anyway. But
yeah,
it could be like a mystery or something where it comes down to I recognize that perfume or whatever.
Yeah, it's true. But the title kills it. It's like if you had like a kid's like cartoon movie called like Mr. Blumpkin or something. It's like that's not going to work. even though it has nothing to do with that.
All right, fine. So that one fails. Can I throw you
Well,
another one?
what's next? The rusty trombone?
No, but even that's got possibilities.
Oh, God. One. Just got one. And what you're going to end up with, if you start going down this rabbit hole, pal, you're going to end up with people signing up to watch your movie, and they're going to be way let down. Unless
that
you
movie
make
had
it about
nothing to do with farts. How dare they mislead me like that?
It had nothing to do with bad smells. It was about perfume. It was awful.
Some kind of wine connoisseur that recognized. All right. How about Christmas Carol?
This is okay. This is one of those kind of like genre-defying, like Charlie Kaufman type of movies, where it's very specifically about one Christmas day spent by Carol Channing, the late Carol Channing, as played by who has that bright face? Kate McKinnon, all day. Carol Channing. I'm Carol Channing. And it's about her experience in Christmas, but the plot is basically, the A Christmas Carol. But
so it's just going to be like a Scrooged, but with this woman named Carol.
With Carol Channing, yeah. But you do like you. It's like, is it a true story, or it could be Carol Burnett, or both?
Where maybe instead
multiverse,
the
multiverse of carols.
Instead of being haunted by like actual ghosts, like the ghost of the past is like a former boss or like workmate or something like that.
Oh wait, what's his name? Sorry, wheels are still turning while you're talking.
Sure.
The guy from All in the Family.
Oh,
Carol O'Connor.
Yep.
So it's in the movie. All three Carols play the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. It's two, and we could use like that kind of like that's the way they get General Tarkin and all the people who've passed away into the movies now.
Oh yeah, yep.
Carol.
So it goes from a Hallmark movie to the budget of a Star Wars movie.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we're going big on this one. Yeah, Carol Kane.
Oh, Carol Kane. She's great.
Yeah. Christmas Carol. I do like the idea of everyone starring in the movie being named Carol. That's where we go with it. The actor. Actress. Oh, it's not letting me. Hold on. I'm going to go to the mobile app. It's way better.
Sure.
I don't think this is getting greenlit, by the way.
No. It's
Carol Burnett.
Yeah, there are.
Carol Lindley. I don't know if Lindley has a star power. Oh, Adam Carolla.
Ooh.
Okay, there's just not a lot of famous Carols. Oh, Carol Spinney. Oh, from Sesame Street. He played Big Bird. So Big Bird's in the movie. Okay, no, Christmas Carol. Yeah, Charlie Kaufman-esque, involving a famous Carol, which would have to be Burnett or Channing. Mm-hmm. Movie's called A Christmas Carol, right?
Or just Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol.
No
yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Christmas Carol. Maybe the whole premise could be like, what day is it today? It's Christmas Carol. Something more like a short.
She lives alone. Maybe doesn't have a loved one in her life or like family. Maybe she has a little bit of a humbug aspect to Christmas. Yeah, and her calendar, she has something marked on her calendar for December 25th that has nothing to do with Christmas. And as that date is approaching and she's getting stressed out about it, yeah, she asks people, what day is it? It's Christmas Carol.
It's Christmas Carol.
No. I mean, is it the day that I have to do that thing? It's Christmas Carol.
And she goes mad. Yeah. So if we're gonna book living people, then we would need to go with Burnett on this one, who is, in my opinion, no disrespect to Miss Channing, but Carol Burnett is the superior Carol of all the Carols that I can think of.
Carol Kane is still with us, though she's only 68. I thought she was older.
I think you could play into it like, because Carol Burnett is actually, I want to say she's approaching, if not in her 80s.
Yeah. Although Carol Kane was already in Scrooged.
That's why I'm kind of like, she already spent her dollar.
Yeah.
Carol Burnett was born in 1933. Shnikes. Multi-tooler. She can sing, she can dance, she can act. She's a comedian. Crusher. You know what? Scrap it. It's just a Carol Burnett Christmas special. Let's save some money.
Right.
With just a who's who of who's still alive and all the people that she influenced that love her. And then a couple of people you're like, why the fuck are they on this show? Like Kid Rock. You know?
Just as the most obnoxious. What's up, y'all? It's Christmas.
Carol Burnett is dope. Boo. Shut up. Kid Rock. All right, I have a title for. I mean, can we just greenlight the Christmas special, not spend too much on it?
Sure. Yeah, as long as all our celebrities are in for it, let's go for it.
Directed by Tim Heidecker.
Sure.
Just to give it that extra what?
Or it's perhaps a Lorne Michaels production.
Well, it could be Broadway, but then it's going to be all buttoned down.
Yeah.
Let's give it to Heidecker and allow him to produced by Zach Galifianakis as well. So there'll be some respect for the art there, but they make an art. You know what? It's an old school Christmas Carol, Christmas special through the lens of a modern comedic visionary starring one of the legends of comedy. This is going to go somewhere. Actually, I want to see this.
Because there's probably a lot of great stories that go around those old style TV specials. So it could just be a movie about producing one of those specials like back in the day. Whatever. I'm sure there was whatever, people showing up drunk or on drugs or not showing up at all, and they have to improvise, and whatever personal tragedies are going on before they have to go on TV and act all cheery and all that. There probably is a movie about making an old school Christmas special.
I've never heard of one.
That could be interesting.
That could be interesting. Semi-fantastical also. There could be a little magic in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like this. Maybe Galifianakis directs. No, I like Tim Heidecker. He's got a really... he's obviously, can be very dark and strange, but there's a joy to him. Have you ever seen the Crimbus special?
I have not.
Oh, my God, dude. Just watch it. The Tim and Eric Awesome Show Crimbus special. It's it's special. All right, I have a title for you. You ready?
I'm ready.
Your title is... this movie's called Oops.
That's it? Just oops? Exclamation point?
That's right. Yep.
This is a movie about a klutz who's down on his luck, who, let's see, he works in an office, and he's had the same entry-level position for 20 years. And I guess maybe there's a little bit of a Milton aspect to him where they don't fire him because he's good at doing this job, but he's pushing 50, and all the people that hold that same position are fresh out of college, moving on past him.
He's maybe unpopular because he's so klutzy, but you can't no one can really get mad at him.
Yeah, I think he's also secretly brilliant, but because he's always been a klutz, and he lacks the self-confidence. There's Yeah, there's something that he's doing on his own free time that is like, if it gets attention or whatever, there's promise there. Like it could be even like a save humanity type thing, and maybe that's what his company does, is like they produce like some sort of energy or something like that, and he's already sort of like cracked the code on what they need, like in his basement at his house, but he's still just working in this entry level position, because every time he tries to talk to the boss or whatever, like he trips over the trash can, spills coffee on his boss's white shirt, or
Yep. So like he actually discovered like cold fusion or something like that.
Yeah, or like
how they could save millions of dollars and make more energy by simply doing this.
Exactly. And maybe even like, maybe it's a formula that like he didn't actually invent the machine, but he's like, cracked the equations and drawn up the blueprints or whatever. And because he can't get past his own klutziness, he can't get access to the people that could actually help him make this happen, even though he's working in the company. But there could be a thing at some point where he's like, he brings the plans into work, and he's like, today's the day that I'm going to show this to the boss. And, he trips over something, or like, spills something on a table, and he bends down to wipe it up, and he's apologizing, and he picks up the wrong paper, and somebody else picks up his design. And it could be like, the office asshole, like the cocky guy who's...
Yeah, who steals it from him. No one will believe Shelby came up with this.
Exactly. Like they started working at the company at the same position, except for now this other... at the same time. But this cocky guy is like the vice president now, or like close to it. He's like next in line for it. And he's like, maybe there's even an opening coming up at the top of the company that he's like gunning for. And he steals Shelby's design.
You don't have ideas that the company doesn't own.
Exactly.
How about this also? Can it be a nuclear power plant, please? And just so we can have like one ticking clock, big oops at the end, like where, towards the end where he like...
Yes.
It gets made and he like oopses into like the switch that sends it into Chernobyl meltdown. Yeah. You can even have it actually just blow up at the end. Oops. You just see how you think they're going to save the day, but they don't.
It's actually just a nuclear explosion.
Dush, black screen, just with like, oops on the screen.
I think
and then have it start scrolling up. Big comic, like that font that's on like Nilsson Schmilson. Oops. And just have it start scrolling up and like playing like baby, you're the best.
I think like at the ticking clock, like he finds a way to like rechannel whatever, like the spark that was going to set off this nuclear meltdown. But he just ends up like blowing up the asshole's car or something like that. or like rather than
I don't know. I just like black screen. Like
actually just a tragedy.
We've seen the resolve before. We very rarely in comedy do we just get handed like nope.
Like a 7-mile radius just gets oopsed to death.
Oops. That's the joke. Oops. Poisoned this 500 square mile area for the rest of time. Have you ever seen the Chernobyl series on HBO?
I have not.
I've been thinking about watching it again, but I honestly think it would give me high blood pressure. It is so good and so bleak. So bleak and so it's both of these things. You should absolutely watch. I don't normally steer people towards like shows that just take away. Like Breaking Bad. I know it's awesome, but it's just like oh god, why?
Yeah.
But Chernobyl was like, it's real. That's the other thing that happened, and just like the severity of the accident met with the very like 80s Cold War Russianness of the whole thing. It's like it's a ballet. So I kind of like invoking that at the end of our comedy. Like what? He just blew up. You could even do like the Godzilla style, like in between like credits. You cut to some footage of like the disaster, like, news footage. Like people like you're running through the street, like yelling, like carrying everything they own.
I mean, do we at least get a scene of our hero digging himself out of the rubble, like the one person who made it, just so he can look directly at the camera, break the fourth wall, and say, oops?
Yes. So after you've established that it actually blew up with all your post screen, like directed by, starring, all that shit, kind of like they do with, there's a couple movies that do that. Goes back to a scene, credit, goes back to a scene, credit, pile of rubble, rock falls down. Oops. Like he survived the nuclear blast.
So I think this is directed by Mike Judge.
Oh, fun. I feel like it'll be in great hands.
I feel like the asshole guy who's gunning for the vice president position is like Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, it's got to be.
But
guy's born to play an asshole.
Who's our lovable klutz?
It's got to be Galifianakis. Get that band back together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's only Zach Galifianakis. Oops. 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 Ed Helms could be in there as well. Like, just get that.
Oh, the
that
whole Hangover crew is back.
Yeah, it's a great crew. Like,
yep.
Why break it up? I mean, yeah, interesting. We don't have to have Helms. I like him. But,
I like him too. I mean, he'd make a good like company president or something, like somebody who he's not an asshole. He just doesn't know that this guy even exists because the guy's such a klutz. He's never made it out of his own way.
He's the assistant to the he actually alerts, like that he can be the guy that like saw what actually happened and make right by it.
Yeah.
Exposing the president. The president gets lost. They're at the unveiling of Zach Galifianakis' like new addition to the nuclear power plant that's gonna like save everything. He hits a switch. Boom. Oops. But Ed Helms was like, no, it's his idea. He stole it. I found all this at the big board meeting. That's like the big reveal. Like everything's happy. That's why we leave on this happy note. He's flipping the switch to like cutting the ribbon on his idea. Everyone's about to be so proud of him. He's going to revolutionize nuclear energy.
Like everything wraps up just like it should, except for
oops. Like the horrors of like a nuclear blast. Nothing to joke about.
No.
I joke about it like somebody who's separated by 80 years from the last one. Mm-hmm. Ha ha ha, nuclear blast. That's hilarious. Nope. I like this movie. I greenlight it.
All right.
Good job.
Good job to you.
All right. We'll see you next week for another Quick Pitch.
Woo.
Cue the song. Quick Pitch!
SAZETU is brought to you by Maine Spirits. Learn more about the spirits they bring into the state of Maine at mainspirits.com and what to do with them by downloading their app for your smartphone or visit them on Instagram at Maine_spirits. Promotional consideration provided by State Theater Portland. Learn more at statetheaterportland.com and Sun Tiki Studios. Learn more at suntikistudios.com.